Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel DevOps World. Today I'm going to show you how to create IAM user and what are the benefits using IAM user over root user. So right now I have logged in with my root account. If you're able to see, this is my account ID and I have logged in as a root user. So we just need to search here IAM. So basically IAM is identity and access management. It is one kind of web service, you can say that, which help us to securely control our AWS resources. And also IAM, using IAM user, it also authorize and authenticate to resources as well as the user. So basically using the IAM user, based on your requirement, based on your convenient, you can allow and deny the permission to the user as well as the resource. So without any further delay, let's start. So you can search here IAM in search bar, or we have alternative way. You just click on services, then you come down, you will see one option like security and identity and compliance. You just click on this, and if you scroll down a little bit, you will get this IAM IAM control things. So you can click IAM. So this is IAM dashboard, where you get information about some root, like I have already enabled multi-factor authentication and I do not have any active access key kind thing. And also, if you are able to see, I do not have any user group, any users, and policy and identity providers. So basically guys, we have to create one IAM user so that we don't need to use every time our root credential. So basically root credential is your administrator. So why we need to create IAM user and why we need to make habit to allow the permission using IAM user? Because once your root user will getting compromised, so what happened, the person attacker will get all the access of your resource, and he can do anything whatever they want, and unnecessary bill charges you are going to be paid. So once you create IAM user, so after creating IAM user, based on your convenience, you can allow the permission to the user for which resource he wants to going to use. Suppose I am a developer and administrator will allow me only developer tools which I need to work as per my project or as per my requirement. So suppose I give two example, like I get the permission to work on EC2 instance. So administrator, what it will do, it will allow me only to access EC2 services. If I'm going to S3 or Elastic Beanstalk or you can say the DynamoDB kind of services, so I'm not able to access. So based on your requirement, you can customize the access to the user so that user cannot play with other services and get unnecessary bill charges. So to create a IAM user, first you create one IAM group. So you just click on group. You can have to provide any group unique group name and meaningful, so that you can recognize inside the user what exactly it's doing. So for I'm just giving admins. So right now guys, you must be thinking, when we have administrator, then why we are going to create again admins group? So basically what happens, once you create any IAM group, by default he doesn't have any access. So you are able to log in with your console, but you are not able to access any of those services. And this IAM user have one provision where you can create any user and you can allow him to administrator access. But also allowing the administrator access to IAM user doesn't mean that IAM user have all the permission which root user currently having. So both having the administrator access, but at the last root user is your main administrator which has more permission to deny and allow, but in a IAM user administrator access will only allow access to access the resources creating the user, means he can do all those administrative tasks, but he do not gain all the access which root user having. So I'll show you guys, don't worry. So just I giving the user group name like admin. Now after that I'll just come down and create the group. So you can see that, guys, right now I do not have any permission and I have created the admin groups, and right now there is no user. So now just click on user, add user, I just give IAM DevOps user, and guys here you need to select the access type. Suppose you are working with your APIs, CLI, SDK, means basically you doesn't need logged in on your console, AWS management console. That time you can use this access key and secret key. But remember guys, getting this access key and secret key doesn't mean you get the access of your AWS management console, because AWS management console doesn't need access ID and secret access key. So access ID and secret access key only used for your API purpose, CLI and SDK and development tools purpose. But for you want to log in with your AWS management console as well, then you click both. Otherwise you select this AWS management console. If you do not select this access key programmatic access also, later after creating the user you can generate again your access key and secret key. So if you uncheck this box here, doesn't mean you're not able to create access key and secret key later after creating the user. So you can keep as it is here. Just now for I just keeping password. You can also select auto generated or custom auto generated. What happened, AWS will create you password for you, and if you click this checkbook password reset, so what happened when you logged in first time on web console, so you are able to change your password, and it is written there also, the user must create a new password at the next sign. But you want to keep a custom password for your IAM user, so you just click on custom password, and you want to keep user to not change the password which password you have set here. So just uncheck this box, and I just click this password. So I just created the password and just clicked it. So here guys, we have this option add to user. So I'll just select this admin user, because we need to add this user in our admin group so that he will get the access of AWS management console and he can access the resource. So after that you go to next tag. So tags are very optional, but we all know that if providing the tags, it help you to recognize the resources for which purpose you are going to utilize that resource. So it's very helpful, the tags, and also tags helpful to for your billing section. When you have a very large amount of bill and you want to categorize based on tags, so it will easy to categorize your resources. So better you can give or not, it depends upon your choice. For as of now, I'm not providing any tag, and just click review and just click create user. And just close it. So now guys, if you're able to see, we have successfully created our first IAM user, and this IAM user belongs to this admin groups. But right now currently this user and this admin group doesn't have any kind of permission. If you come to this permission tab, so you able to see there is no permission at all we have given till now. So guys, there is a way to provide the permission. Either you can provide the permission to the user directly itself, or you can allow the permissions, or you can set permission to the user group. So what happened benefit, what you will get the benefit if you apply the permission on groups instead of providing the user. So what happened if I'm applying any permission inside the user group? So by default, whatever user you have created, suppose you have created n number of user inside this user group, so by default this permission will inherit it from this user group to this all users. So suppose I have given the permission for administrator here, and you created the 10 user, and all 10 users should be have administrator access, so that in future if someone has left the organization or someone has forgot their password, so some other administrator IAM user can use, and they can utilize this administrator access. So for that I just provide the permission in user group. So for that I just click add permission and attach policy. So guys, here attach policy, create inline policy, are two types of policy. Attach policy basically comes auto generated policy created by AWS, and this created inline policy basically the customized policy, which is customer managed policy, basically based on your requirement, based on your convenience, what kind of permission, what kind of resource access you need to provide to user. Based on that you can create this inline policy and attach to the user or attach to the user group. So as of now we just attach the policy which is already created and provided by the AWS. I'll just type here administrator and just click enter. So guys, you get all this administrator access, like you got database administrator access, you got Cloud9, you get system administrator, you get administrator access. So here guys, we are looking for administrator access. So this administrator access have all this full access to AWS services, but still guys, earlier I told you he has all the administrator access, but some of the access he doesn't carry, which carry by the AWS root user. So providing your access, it will access all the resources, and it can be work behalf of your root user, but some of the permission not be allowed to this user as well, because those are might be only permitted by the root user. So after clicking this administrator access, just add this permission. So now if you see, we have added this administrator access. So if I go to user, so till now I do not added any kind of permission inside this user. We have added the permission to the user, to the group. So this IAM DevOps user comes under this admin group. So if I click IAM DevOps user and go to permission, if you able to see this administrator access inherited from this user group. So there is the benefit guys, if you create the groups and you can keep all user inside the group, and those users have a same kind of permission and carry by the all the users. So providing permission each and every user, instead you create one use group, keep all those users and provide the permission to the group level. So providing in the group level, what happen, it will inherit all your permission which given to the group, it will inherit it into this, all the user comes under this user group. So like that guys, you can create your IAM user, and you can check and you can go to AWS console and you can log into the user. So as of now I'm just going and doing this logged in through this user. So I'll just check this username, this IAM DevOps. So right now I'm just log out from my root user and I'm going to use this IAM user, and I am going to show you after login how you can differentiate between root user and IAM user. So I'll just log out. And again click on sign in to the console. So I'll just select IAM user. So I have this account alias I have already created. So next on this, and here you can type IAM DevOps user and the password which you have provided at the time of creation. Just click sign in. So guys, if you able to see right now I'm logged in with the created new IAM user. So how will you differentiate to look this AWS management console? If I click this one, so this is the account ID belongs to root user, and currently I'm logged in with this IAM DevOps user. So here if you're able to see IAM user colon IAM DevOps user, it means that you have logged in with your IAM credential, and this is the account ID, that is your administrator account. It will reflecting here. So guys, if I click on this EC2 instant, so right now I have the key pair or all those things, but currently I have not created any instance. So if I go to other services like container, so if you see I'm able to access these all resources because I have this full administrator access. So like this guys, you can create IAM user and you can start utilizing the resources, and you don't need to log in through your root user every time, because based on your convenient you can attach the policy, you can remove the policy, or you can customize your policy which is called inline policy. Based on that you can allow the permission to your respective user and generate the IAM user. So for till now guys, I hope that you have liked this video. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that whenever I upload new informative video, you will get the notification and on time, and you are able to see the video. For as of now guys, thank you.